Happy New Year's Eve, everyone.
Yeah,
Happy New
same
Year.
to closing the you to be spending the last day of the year with us.
So I guess we can start the live stream now.
Yeah, sure.
What do we have decided that we will live stream this on YouTube. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we are about to start the live stream now. Let us transition to live stream. Yep, we are live.
So with
And
maybe just introduce our team and just
there we go. Almost there. Yeah.
the live.
Yep, we are live now.
Maybe you can introduce.
Yes, I'll also send this to the group so that more people can join in through live. Okay, folks, I guess we can start the showcase now. Everything is set up and the live stream is on. So what the concept was that since the 2020 year is ending and people get, the progress and designs get slow around the year, and as the Christmas and New Year approaches, we start to get slow on creation. So the concept was that why not do a creation sprint and showcase it on 31st, and that's how we came about it, doing the showcase on 31st evening in India. And these people have created these things in the last 2 days, and we'll be showcasing it now.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Likhit, would you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll start first.
Okay, I'll mute my mic. Okay.
Let me know when you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see.
So let me just go through on a brief of what my project's about. So I just decided of making an app to split the bills. So I've just made a UX mockup for it, and the main reason I chose why to just make an app to split bills is it's become one of the hardest things to do nowadays, given that we are in the festive season and all that. Usually, we used to pay using cash or any other physical medium, but now we prefer to do it by card or other digital methods. In India, we've got UPI and things like that. So it becomes a big hassle to just to share the split the bill after we're done paying. So to cut off with all that confusion and keeping track of the bills and who's paid, who's not. So that was my idea. So we'll just be picking out a set of users in UX. So whenever we do something, we just target a particular group of people who the app caters to. So this is a little information which I gathered regarding the users who can be using our products. So there'll be people of middle age, college goers, travelers, and basically any group of people usually meet up together occasionally or maybe even frequently. So why will they use it? It's for non-sponsored expenses, or whenever people have to share things amongst the group and not just one person paying the whole amount. So again, to cut off the calculator and the notes combo, which is what the pains and gains of the users. So why do users need it, and what would they be benefiting from? So on the left, you've got the pain points and what the user gains from using an application like this. So again, you have to quickly split the bills to notify the people who've got to pay, and to keep a record of all the bills. And they won't have to use a separate medium to pay the bills. They can just use the same app here and just get done with the payment. I just pick up with the prototype. I just made a simple prototype with the main functionality in mind. There are a few things which I've not implemented in this prototype, like for example, the bill listings, and how the groups operates. So this would be our main dash page, and yeah, the main thing which you can see on the page would be your tally of expenses. If you guys can see my mouse, how much you owe, and like how much is owed to you, and the total amount. So I used green and red to indicate the credit and the debit, if you can consider that way. Again, the main listings would be the pending bills which you're supposed to pay upon, and the groups. The groups basically work like if you want to, just collect the bill, and in India we call it khata, just to maintain an account, and at the end of the month or the week you can pay your share to the group. So one person adds the bill into the group, and all the rest is created from there. And the main things in payment applications is we've got this account section where you get your QR code, which you can use to invite people, just to link up with them. And you've got your the currency, the policy, the language, and other basic stuff which are required. It's that you can get notification when someone else attaches a bill which is linked to you. So here again, it's these are the red ones are the ones which you are supposed to pay, and the green ones are the ones which others owe you money for. Just check out how we can add bills here, and yeah, you can just add a short description of what the bill is about, enter the amount, and you can even change the currency depending on where you're from. Like if you've got people from 2 different countries, something like that. So we've implemented this scan bill feature here, which we'd like to implement. You can directly scan the bill. It will take the amount and store your bill as well, so you can refer to the bill in the later time. You can list the payer name, so the app knows who's supposed to get the money after when the members pay from the split. And you can go on entering the member names here, or if someone who is not present in the app already, you can invite them as well. And you can use a direct slider to split the amount if that makes it easy. You already know the amount. Or if you've got to split, you can use portions, percentages, shares, or just add the remaining amount to one person. It just takes off the hassle of calculating with the portions and proportions of how much who has to pay and all that. You can directly click on the number of portions, like one portion is supposed to be paid by Ronald and 2 by Amanda or something like that. So that was the idea. And again, the settlement is another important part of this app. So you can directly pick a friend and settle the amount which you've got with the friend, and or you can just pay up on individual bills. Like for example, the shopping during Christmas Eve, you want to pay that up first, then you can directly go to the settle. And the other category would be groups, just settling to the group. I'll just show you one of how we do the payments in the application. So here we've got the billing information, and you can just add a payment note or something. And by default, this amount would be the entire amount, just to clear off the bill at once. But you can also edit this field and enter your own amount. And I was thinking of implementing a feature of a wallet in here, but I didn't have much time for that. So, yeah, if a wallet would be implemented where users could directly store their money on the wallet and pay up quickly instead of having to use their UPI or card. So that was there, and you can pick any of the banks or anything which are linked to the application and pay up. So that was basically it. Yeah, I'm done.
That was super awesome, Lakit. And given that you have done this in like less than 48 or 24 hours, and the depth of thought in it is really, really amazing. Walter, do you have any comments on it? Any feedback? Any comments?
Yeah, no, it's quite lovely and seems to address a real problem, which is nice. And it sounds like you've even in the little short time done at least a little bit of a user analysis, which is also to be praised. I think my problem with stuff like this is all the little corner cases. And so I think that you're going to have to think through at some point. Oops, I didn't mean to bill Summit. I meant to send this to Deponita instead, or whatever the. There are going to be lots of little mistakes people make. Oh, I typed in an extra 0 by accident and hit send, and so I think at the very beginning of your design, you need to think about the fact that people make mistakes along the way, and so just how you handle that is I think going to be the big challenge you face. But I think the overarching design you've put together seems pretty solid and pretty compelling.
Thanks, Walter. I just came up with the basic idea. Like I just made a simple wireframe and just went by that. So again, yeah, we have to iterate on the process.
Look at the feedback you'd get from Walter, and to everyone, that the feedback you'd get from Walter is probably the best feedback you'll be able to have for your designs, and you should really consider whatever he is saying and to think through all the corner cases. And for Samraj and Dinesh too, that whenever Walter gives feedback, you try to write it down, and we'll figure out how to fix those things. Okay, so
Yeah, I'm already it down.
all right, Dinesh.
Thanks for the feedback, Walter.
Dinesh, it's your turn now, and thank you for the showcase, Likit.
Hello, so I'm presenting my screen and let me share you with.
Dinesh, if you could, in 30 seconds, tell what you have, 15 or 30 seconds, what you are trying to build, and then present the creation that you have created.
Okay, sure. Actually, I'm like into the science fiction stuff, so I tried to make something like a science fiction loop in Blender, and the Blender I'm trying first time. So this was my first time using Blender, so I didn't know what to do, and I tried like too many tutorials on YouTube. So I searched too many tutorials, but like I didn't like copy them. So I tried to make this loop, science fiction loop here. So this looks like this. The shaders are off. Like I couldn't color up the cubes, all the cubes. Like the black part below, I could color up this part only. So this was not the complete design. I wanted to make this like an infinite loop with the lights like reflecting through each surfaces, and like light rays reflecting on each other's surfaces. So this was not able. I couldn't able to do it. So after that, I thought like I had another project in my mind. So I always wanted to have a dream room, like an office setup in which I like to work. So I designed this in my like Blender. So it was also a first time. So I designed this room in the Blender. So yeah, this is like my dream office, which I would like to work in some time. So this is it. Like this is the TV here. It didn't like render properly, but this is it. This is the TV, and this is the lamps and chairs and computer, and this is the like sofa here. And this is the upper view of this. So yeah, this is it. Actually, this didn't work. I thought this will work quite well, but I couldn't like color these cubes properly, so I had to like make another design. So yeah, this is my work.
Amazing, amazing, amazing storyline, Dinesh. And given that this is the first time that you are trying to use Blender, and you know, Creation Showcase is something that we want to learn and we want to create new things, and that is how we will get better eventually. So we'll keep on creating things. And given that this is the first time, this the perseverance that you had, that if this didn't work out, and since we are creating together, why not create something else? So that attitude is something that I really like about you. And so you not only created one thing, you created another thing so that you would have something for the showcase, and that is an amazing attitude, and you'd go far in a journey with it. Walter, do you have any comments for Dinesh?
Yeah, I'm quite impressed by how far you've gotten with Blender so quickly. It's probably both a testament to you and Blender. It's a powerful tool, and but it's also a complicated tool, and you've gotten into it pretty quickly. I really like the fact that as you move through that space, it's it's quite irregular in the sense, so it looks much more natural than just something that would be generated graphically. But at the same time, there's a lot of structure there, so it has sort of that edgy sci-fi feel to it, sort of a futuristic feel to it. It's I think it's a really nice start, and I encourage you to keep pursuing that. The office. So years ago, my wife told me that she wanted to put a couch in our kitchen, and I thought she was crazy. But it turns out her crazy ideas always end up being pretty spectacular. So I am sitting on the couch in our kitchen, which is my office. And so it's so my only comment on your office is it appears to be too far away from the coffee machine for my taste.
Thanks for the comment, but actually I didn't like drink coffee. I'm more like tea guy.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, but it's nice to know like your story on this my designs. It's like my pleasure to show you my work. So thank you.
Thank you, Dinesh. And what it was awesome that you had some comments for Dinesh on his first try, and that was some awesome feedback for Dinesh. Samraj, hi Samraj. Would you like to go ahead with 15 to 30 second intro about what you are doing, and then go ahead and present it?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. So, good evening, sir. So, what I did is basically like I try to represent my feelings about the year 2020 and the toll it has taken on our mind. So I try to visually depict the like how 2020 affected me personally through a like poster. So a bit of communication design concept. So that's what I'm going to present. So this is the poster that I designed. So it's actually a calendar of the year 2020. So they're like 366 squares, shaped starting from top left. So the top left square is like a full complete box, and then slowly and gradually it starts deteriorating. So like one box go away, then two boxes, two small parts of it, and then slowly it all goes away till the year 366, till that date 366. So this is the calendar of the year 2020, and like in below you can see 2021 just peaking. So like we still don't know what's in there in 2021. So this and there's a glitchy effect in the background. So like to represent the usual environment of the year that has been. So this was my concept poster for the year 2020. That's all I have.
You had something around mental state too, if I remember.
Yeah, so basically, the deteriorating days, they represent like my mental sanity, like how it kind of went down through the year. So like there's a small line I've added: the days pass slowly, and I along with them. So like the year has been quite tough for me actually, and people around me as well. So like it was good in the beginning, then slowly the days deteriorated, and I along with them. That was the concept.
The concept, I'd straight away let Walter comment on it, because I think that the conceptually it was quite different from what others have built. So I'll let Walter take on the stage directly.
So, with both this design and Dinesh's design, I really like the fact that it's all there. It's like there's 365 days. It's not just sort of some abstraction. It's all there, and all those little blocks. I really like the fact that it's not trying, and it's sort of I'm assuming you use some kind of generative process to create all that, and I mean that's really leveraging the medium itself in a powerful way, and I think it makes a connection, especially to sort of the 404 message that you can't, especially in this year. I think we've all been much more attached to our computers and to the network than in other times, because that's the only way we've been able to reach out to other people. So I think all that really works well for me, and so I think visually it really works. The one part that doesn't really work for me, and it's hard to, because I don't know you at all, so it's hard to get into your head, but the will to live message, I think, is a little bit it's either overstated or I'm very worried about you and I want you to see somebody to help you find the will to live, because I think that with your talent you've got a lot to live for. So I'm hoping that was more you're trying to find an expression, but I think that's not quite the right expression. I think that the fact that you made it through this year shows you have the will to live. So I'd rethink that part of the message. But I think the design is quite powerful. So.
Yeah, thank you so much for your words, for your comments. Yeah, I actually agree that message was quite too on the nose, like just writing it out there. Yeah, I should try to alter that, definitely. Thank you for your comments.
Yeah, Samraj, I agree with what they said, that maybe try to tune in the messaging and what you put out there in the world, and we'll see how that goes. And Walter, so we have a lot of people in the community that are just beginning out in the journey, and just starting out with the tools and learning the concept of design and taking on the resources from multiple places. and just consuming all the things that they are having and creating such at such a rapid pace that I wouldn't be able to imagine it, that they are creating it in such a short span of time. Yeah, and this spans throughout the community, and the feedback sessions are happening. So what would you like to say to the community members who are starting out with their designs, and even some of them who are who have some kind of intermediate experience? What would you like to comment for them?
So, yeah, I think it's been mentioned several times in the discussions that design is an iterative process. And I think that's absolutely true. Design is also a process that involves not just abstract thinking, but actually building artifacts. And the reason why you want to build an artifact is that I think that you learn a lot in the realization of the design. But the other reason why you want to build an artifact is that ultimately the design is something that is only going to be better if it's subject to critique. And without the artifact, it's really hard to critique. It's hard to critique an idea just in the abstract. And the more tangible you can make that idea, the more likely you'd be able to engage with others in a forum like this, and really get feedback on your ideas and make your ideas evolve and grow and improve. So I think that it's clear there's a lot of talent in the room here today, and I think that you're at the same time that each of you individually has talent. The collective of this group has even more talent. And so engaging in that critical dialogue with others is going to be super valuable to your personal growth, as well as making the whole group move forward. So, I think I mentioned this to Sumit the other day. I was talking about this book called Studio Thinking. And, in some sense, this is the 2020 design studio that we're in today. And but part of what you do in the design studio is you put your design up on the wall and you let other people see it and engage with it and give you feedback. And so I think that's a big part of how you grow as a designer, and also engaging in critical dialogue with other people is also how you grow as a designer. It's easier to be a critic than a creator, but it's also important to be a critic because that refines your own sensibilities as a designer, and it forces you to stop and think about what it is that this particular design is trying to accomplish and how you can, use that as a way to rethink how you're doing your own work as well. So I think it's a powerful idea, and it's great to see you guys exercising that powerful idea.
Thank you, Walter, and that was something that I truly believe in. And I also think that and I also keep on saying this in the community, that as much as you create and as much as you put out there in the world, so that is why we also measure impact, that how many people has your design touched or reached, or how many people have truly been impacted through your design. So as much as you create and increase that impact number, and also because you are trying to create so much, you eventually get better at designing things and creating things, and you when you put out there in the world, you also get the feedback from the users or the people who actually you are creating for. And so the feedback that you get from them would be the true feedback that you should iterate upon. And so what I try to say is that try to create as much as you can and put it out there in the world for people to see. And I started the live stream on YouTube, so we have some comments on YouTube that why are the colors in alternative? So this was my first live stream on YouTube, and I guess I have inverted the colors on YouTube. So that's so it's all in inverted colors, like a negative on the film. So sorry about that. And Sarvesh from the community is asking, hi Walter, do you mind sharing us about MIT and the design culture at MIT?
Well, it's been 15 years since I've been at MIT, so I'm not sure that I can really share much that's current, but I can tell you, well, actually, two things. One, Sumit, I'll share with you a link to a little one-page manifesto I wrote about design at the Media Lab when I was running the Media Lab. Maybe you can distribute that to the list. But basically, MIT, I think, has this idea that learning doesn't just happen from lectures and from your book studies and your problem sets and your exams, but learning also happens through doing. And so there's a lot of mechanisms at MIT around letting the students do things. And probably my favorite is something that was invented by Edwin Land, the founder of the Polaroid Corporation, back in the 1960s. He was at MIT giving the commencement address to the graduating seniors. And he made the observation, I hire a lot of MIT students and I get them to my laboratory and they don't know how to do anything. They are really smart. They've read all the books, but they don't know how to do anything. And we need to fix that MIT. And so he invented this concept called, they call it UROP, Undergraduate Research Opportunities Program. But basically what it is it's MIT subsidizes the laboratories to hire undergraduates to work in the labs. And you ask any MIT student what was the most valuable part of your education, they'll say it was their Europe experience. So the idea that MIT actually builds into this idea that you're actually going to work on real problems, not just work on academic things as part of your education. And I think it's so if my one takeaway in terms of how design works at MIT is that it's tangible, and that the students even at the most junior level participate in the design process as part of their education.
Wow, Walter, that's something to learn from, I guess. And I guess we should also start something that builds into real world projects. And apart from just creating your own thing, maybe we should try to do something on those lines, that creating real value for real people, and just creating for real people, not just for your own. Maybe we should try doing some sort of planning around that, I guess. And Walter, would you like to talk about your recent work around maybe Sosro or Sugar Labs, or whatever you would like to tell us about what you are doing these days?
So I've got a lot of different things I'm doing. I have a problem just focusing on one thing at a time. But so I've got a day job. I'm a co-founder of a little startup that's looking at AI, natural language processing primarily, in support of helping subject matter experts make better decisions. So trying to bring evidence to the decisions they're making and help them with the decision-making process. So that's sort of my day job. And then the Sugar Labs is a few different things at once. It's both a desktop that we designed for children for learning, but it's also a place to learn. So we try to make it easy for people to come into the community to learn not just about sugar, but to learn a little bit about programming and learn little bit about pedagogy and learning itself. And then there's some other little projects, individual projects. So I've got this project I've been running now for about 5 or 6 years called Music Blocks. And Music Blocks is a programming language that I've been writing with a lot of help. There are over 100 contributors to the language at this point. And the idea is to give children a programming experience where the core data type within the language is built around music. So the idea is that you're building a synergy between music and computation and mathematics. Thelonious Monk, a famous American jazz musician, once said all musicians are mathematicians. And I think he's quite right about that. And the idea that you can delve deeply into music with this language and learn some math, or you can delve deeply into math and learn some music is sort of my goal with the language. And so it's been that's been the thing I've been working on at nights and weekends. And actually, I'm working on this morning and I plan to work on all day today. So I'm in the process of with a colleague from Calcutta. We're rewriting sugar music blocks from the bottom up. That's our goal for the next few months. So we'll see how far we get with that. So yeah, those are the things that I'm mostly busy with. That and trying to see my grandkids, but COVID doesn't make that possible for the most part.
Well, you are busy with quite a lot of things these days, and yep, COVID has had an impact on probably the whole world, and I hope that seeing your grandkids would be easier soon in probably 2021 or mid 2021, and Sugar Labs. If you guys want to learn, since you are all artists who are listening to this, design is probably an art and a science. So creators who are listening to this and try to delve into programming through music or something around that, you should check out Music Blocks, and it is truly an amazing language. And if you want to get started with programming and languages, I guess you should try out Music Blocks. Yep. So I guess we have taken a lot of time of Walter by now, and we should try to end it here. So thank you, Walter, for being with us at such a short notice. And
my pleasure. Thank you, and Happy New Year, everyone. And hopefully the poster for 2021 will be a little less bleak.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Walter.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Samraj. Thank you, Dinesh. Bye. All the best. All the best. And Happy New Year, guys. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Hello. So I will now try to end the live stream and try to save it. And I guess I'll figure it out how to do it in time. Now there's no one in the meeting, but the live stream is still going on. But I don't want to, discard this whole live stream. So I will try to see how to save this live stream without messing it up. And let's see if we can do that. Should I Google it? Or should I... Does it save on its own? How to make it work? How do I save it? Okay, let's see. So right now I'm just trying to edit the settings and trying to ensure that this doesn't disappear when I end the live stream. Since this is the first time that I'm live streaming anything, and I hope that this just works. How do I ensure that? I have no idea, but I'll figure it out. I hope that I figure it out. Let me just Google it. How to save live stream on YouTube after live stream ends. I will not end the live stream until I'm sure that the live stream will not disappear after I end the live stream. So that is why the live stream is still going on. It seems like I had to start recording before the stream started, but I don't. It definitely shouldn't be that way if it is that way. Let me see if there's some way. Folks, this live stream will not end until I am sure that this live stream will not disappear. And it seems like this will disappear, so I'm trying to ensure that this will not disappear if the live stream ends. I mean, when I decide that this will end, so this live stream will go on for about 15 minutes more. Let us see. How do I ensure that the live stream is saved? Okay, I guess the live stream will not disappear now. At least I hope so. And yeah, let's see if the live stream disappears. I hope that it doesn't. Okay folks, I guess I have now discovered that I have ensured that the live stream will not disappear, so I guess it's time to end the live stream now. So bye, and again thank you Walter, Likit, Dinesh and Samraj for joining in and showcasing your designs, and the community for joining in and you know being with us in the showcase on 31st December evening, which is probably when you want to enjoy the most. So thank you for those who are watching this right now and have watched the live stream. You are probably in love with design, and I'm sure you'll get far along in your journey of design and you'll get better every day. Alright folks, bye bye. This was 2020 signing out with Decode.